Hello and welcome to Camp Xbox, where we talk about all things Xbox, from the original to the Series X. And today we are doing a review of a brand new Game Pass release with Slayers X Terminal Aftermath Vengeance of the Slayer, a first-person shooter that is a spin-off of the indie game Hypno Space Outlaw. This game is a fake video game turned real within the fake internet world of Hypno Space Outlaw. It's already a bizarre concept for a game, and with that, we get a bizarre first-person shooter that is the equivalent of a movie trying to be awful for a good laugh, where a lot of movies that fall into that pitfall of being awful on purpose, it just ends up being awful. This game still manages to be an entertaining experience, all the while still maintaining a bizarre and oftentimes awful, silly narrative. First and foremost, I found that Slayers X wanted to be a love letter to classic PC first-person shooters of the 90s, obviously taking riffs from Doom, but for me it's most notably styled off of the Duke Nukem games, with a lot of variety in level design and a strong sense of humor. In this game, you play as Zane, who exists in an almost incomprehensible plot about cyberpunk hackers and how it all ends up being a conspiracy about his boss in real life, who ends up being the bad guy in the game, and it really is just about him being angry about working overtime. It is insane. People turn into werewolves along the way, trailer parks are blown up, and every level has a restroom to destroy. It's full of poop and fart humor. Slayers X feels like a game a teenager of the 90s would have loved to make. I will say, I don't think all of the humor works here, and it does not maintain a lot of its laughs towards the end, but it's amusing, and I really admire them trying so hard with a lot of the jokes here. And it's also less than 3 hours long, so with a short experience, it can make it so the jokes aren't dragged and buried into the ground. It leaves off on a positive note. Gameplay wise though, I thought this game was an excellent experience. For anyone that loves the original Duke Nukem or Redneck Revenge for the PC, you'll love how this game is designed. It's exactly what you would expect. You choose from an array of weapons, all unique, but meeting the archetypes for guns you've used in games before. Shotguns, rocket launchers, and blades all work extremely well. Killing enemies with them feels good, and fighting hordes of enemies is excellent. All enemies have fun designs, and all feel like slight ripoffs of their Doom counterparts. Traversing the levels within the game has to be the best part though. I love the old school polygonal look, and personally, this game does it well. I love the weirdly detailed buildings in it, and there are a crazy amount of Easter eggs, and the locations are wild, ranging from Boise, Idaho downtown to the inside of a computer, and this game really fleshes them out in this old school look. You have to get to the point where you get to the carnival level here. I don't know what it is about amusement park levels in games, but they're usually very fun, and I loved exploring the carnival here. There's lots of rides, a lot of verticality surprisingly, and once you go underneath the carnival, things really open up for you. The music and sound effects all have a crunchy feel to them that feels compressed down to the smallest possible amount, and I think it hits this really nostalgic note. Same with the graphics, they all resemble the era it's parodying perfectly. I love the classic look and feel of this game, and if you love old school games, especially shooters, this one scratches that itch. I know to some an old school look on a modern release might not be what they want, but I found this one to be a pleasant experience with a fun, fast-paced feeling to it. It's goofy at times, but its core shooter feeling, it just keeps going, and it keeps the game strong throughout its few hours of gameplay. If you are currently a Game Pass subscriber, I highly recommend downloading this one and giving it a playthrough. It is totally worth it. But that wraps it up for today for this review. If you enjoyed this review, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to get more content like this. Comment below if you have played this or if you're interested in playing this. I'd love to hear from you. But I'll see you here next time at Camp Xbox.